What's up everyone? Today we're doing another 5 of a kind and this time it is in the unicorn pack. Today's 5 of a kind is none other than perhaps the strongest pet in the entire game, even including customs. It is the Behemoth. What makes it so strong actually? It's the fact that it exceeds the game's limitations. We have talked about the Behemoth a bunch, we have made a bunch of videos on it on the channel. Several other channels have even made videos on the Behemoth highlighting how strong it is. But the fact that not only can the pet scale itself up and it has the highest starting stats in the game at 1212, it can also exceed the 50-50 limitation of the game and it goes up to 100-100 instead, is making it absolutely crazy. Needless to say, it wasn't that difficult to get this 5 of a kind going. We only needed a little bit of luck to get it off the ground. All of that being said though, I really hope that you like and subscribe if you do like what you see, because it helps me keep motivated to make more videos like this. So what the game plan is going to be for this 5 of a kind is, of course, we want as many level ups as possible for tier 6 so that it is as likely as possible for us to find it early and then it can scale itself up from the earliest possible point. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be setting up some gold, some extra gold that we can use in the later turns, and that is via Lucky Cat plus Ogo Pogo. Lucky Cat is one of the stronger pets in the unicorn pack, and its ability is that whenever it levels up it gets some stats, and more importantly it gives you 2 extra gold to work with on the following turn. So it's basically like a level 2 swan plus a clownfish all in one, and it's a tier 3 pet. And the lovely thing about this is that you can level up the Lucky Cat in the middle of the fight. Therefore, you can level it up every single turn and you can get the extra gold every single turn. It's not a one-time thing if you play your cards right, which we are trying to do at the moment. We are leveling up the Lucky Cat in the fight as we get a lovely draw. We enjoy having draws here because the Behemoth is once again one of the strongest pets in the entire game. It can survive up until the extremely late turn. So if we draw, it's basically a win for us. Our team is going to end up being stronger than the opponent's team 99% of the time. And here we actually get very lucky with a second Togo Pogo, and as well as that we find a Tiger Bug. So we have some very nice tempo as well as some gold generation, which is great. This team on the other hand that we're facing is not so great for us, as they are going to absolutely demolish us. Very fun looking setup. I do believe they are going to fall off a little bit in the very near future, but as things stand currently they are extremely strong and they take a heart off of us. In the meantime, we're going to try to set up for the miraculous turn 9, in which we hopefully find as many tier ups as possible. And if we don't manage to do that, we're just going to set up with the Cyclops that we froze in the shop. I believe this right here is the same opponent from last turn. They took their levels and unfortunately they didn't find anything, making their team much weaker, and this time we demolished them right back, which is lovely to see. We're going to be picking up this Cyclops. In the battle, it's going to be providing a little bit of tempo, as it is going to give us some mana, and as well as that it's going to be giving us some stats from the XP. We also find the level 2 immediately, which is lovely. It's going to help us get that early tier up that we were hoping for. This turn we are going to barely win. Thankfully that Lucky Cat, because it had weakness, it wasn't that much of a threat, even though it did absorb some of these snipes. We're going to take the tier up on the Lucky Cat first, because we want to exhaust the triggers of the Cyclops. Unfortunately, nothing good comes from the level up. You could argue maybe that Yeti is good enough to take, but I would much rather take this Team Spirit instead. The lovely thing about Behemoth is that because it scales itself up, we don't necessarily need the Team Spirit to scale up our 5 of a kind as you would for most other 5 of a kinds in Unicorn Pack. but it does provide some very nice stat advantages even on turn 9 with our mid-battle level ups, and as well as that is going to provide some nice scaling for us in the future. So we're very happy to take it. We also took an evil book. It's actually a little bit of a meme in the community, the evil book is. Even though your team may be garbage, you can just buy an evil book and it immediately makes you win 2 extra turns that you maybe should not be winning. Which I find to be super funny most of the time, and as you can see, it works out wonderfully. We do win thanks to the Cthulhu. We're going to sell out of this lucky cat. I did take it as a possibility of a level up, but I believe it's going to be nicer for us to have triple Cyclops on the team instead. The good thing about triple Cyclops is that it makes a level up into a level 3 immediately, so we're going to just rush towards some chocolates and making the team spirit level 3 as soon as possible. And of course that gives us the possibility of finding 1 extra level up, which means it could be 1 extra behemoth. Once again, Cthulhu comes in to save the day. I don't think it was necessary on this turn, but we're still very happy to have it, even though it's gone now. We find another Cyclops in shop, not that we really need it. What we did need was this level up, which we very happily get. We're going to be pumping the team spirit full of mana, and we do level up into double behemoth. So now the magic can begin. Lucky Cat still remains on the team because it generates 4 extra gold every single turn, so that's going to be very lovely for us. It's also going to provide some nice in-battle scaling, but most importantly it will give us the gold necessary for us to find our behemoths. So here we go, we find 3 of them on this turn, 2 of them from the level up and 1 of them just naturally in the shop, not to mention the one that we have chilling in the shop right now. So we got super lucky right there, and I believe it's going to be an easy victory from here on out, to be honest with you. You can see even at 1 turn of buffing, basically we just took the base stat behemoth and we won very easily. So you can imagine how strong it will become once we get a couple of turns or even several turns worth of scaling onto these bad boys, as we get one of them up to level 2. I believe we do have enough time for us to get a couple of levels on the behemoths. The faster we can get the levels, the faster they can scale up to that miracle 100-100 stat line. We're most likely not going to be reaching it, but as you can see, even at 22-22, it's more than good enough for us to win the turn, as we find yet another level 2 and we level up into another behemoth. Now that we're at 7 wins though, maybe we should stop getting so many level ups, but you can see I'm a greedy boy, I take my level ups. We can get massive scaling this way, up to 30-30 and even beyond on each behemoth. They've been on the team for like what, 3 turns? It's insane scaling, to be honest with you. What a broken pet. As you can see, we continue to win, no sweat at all. What's going to be challenging though is the fact that we actually want to transition into the 5 of a kind very soon, because we have only 2 wins left to go. So we take the level up on the Lucky Cat, as we are about to sell it either on this turn or on the next turn, so might as well extract the gold that it will give us, and we find our 4th behemoth. We also do find a chocolate. If we do get lucky, we might get double chocolate and level up into our final behemoth, but I believe it's just high probability for us to roll for the final behemoth instead. We're going to be working with quite a bit of gold next turn as well. We have 14 from the Lucky Cat, as well as 3 extra from the sale of the Team Spirit itself. So we will have 17 gold to find the level up that we really needed. Also, we might just draw on this turn, which gives us 1 extra turn to find the behemoth instead, or alternatively we can just greed by getting some perks onto our behemoths. If we put stuff like melon or pita bread or even steak on these behemoths, I believe they are going to be quite unstoppable, so we just spam a bunch of cornucopias. Unfortunately, we don't find what we need, but we do find a tomato and an orange. So we do have some extra stats, we do have some extra firepower. We don't find the behemoth this turn, which is kind of nerve-wracking, to be honest with you. So next time we will only have 13 gold left to find it. Most of the time you do end up finding a pet that you need with 13 gold, but you never know if we do get extra unlucky and we don't find it. I believe though this is going to be the final turn of the game. We do freeze a cornucopia, but of course the 5 of a kind comes first. We're going to roll down for it, and with the final gold remaining, we do just barely manage to find the final behemoth. So this is going to be the 5 of a kind for today. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I really hope that you like, sub, do all the generic stuff, as our opponent has a behemoth of their own. And other than that, I hope to see you next time. Take care.